Okay, right, Ollie, can you just explain what you're doing today, obviously by yourself?
Just by myself today, really just getting a feel for the ball. I've been doing a bit of my own work, but I normally don't do this pre-season. I'm hoping this gives us a bit of an edge coming back into it. Just getting a feel for the ball. Like sometimes when I go off and I come back, it's about fitness and that, but sometimes when you get the balls out, like a bit rusty, and I'm hoping this takes a bit edge off it. Like.
Yeah, and you've been running as well, and getting up to speed that way as well. So you're working on multiple elements, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like fitness is a part of the game that I need to really improve. Like I am doing a bit running that. I'm not going to say I'm going to be at the front of the run every time, but I'm definitely not going to be where I was last year, where I was near enough the back. I think you're going to see an improvement.
Okay, Ollie, you've obviously just had a session there by yourself. Just first off, how are you feeling?
Alright, been doing a bit by myself, just with a couple of mates. Feel alright in myself. Obviously we've got about 8 weeks of pre-season to get match ready, but no, it's nice just to come kick a ball when you've been off for so long. Sorry.
Yeah, and obviously you've came in pre-season, obviously doing a bit before the lads all joined together, so is that something you normally do, is this first?
Nah, to be honest, it's not. When we come into pre-season, people probably know that I'm not the fittest. I feel like it changes when we get to the game scenarios, but just running, I'm not great at it, so I thought this year going to be the year I'm going to try and get a bit better at it. I'm not going to say I'm going to be at the front of the running, but no, I'm going to give myself the best chance.
Yeah, and obviously losing in the playoffs last year, it does feel like there's some unfinished business, isn't there? So is this now where you're sort of getting your head down and taking it seriously for next year?
Yeah, definitely. 2 years in the league now, coming up to the third. I feel like most of the team, we've kept like the core of the team from last year that had a good run. Obviously won the cup, playoffs secured, and I feel like we can go one step more this year and get promoted, well, through playoffs or win the whole lot. I feel like we can do either.
Yeah, you've had one pre-season under Bobby, you've come up to your second, so how does that compare to the other pre-seasons that you've had?
It's intense. You know what you're going to get before you come, you know. There's going to be, it's not, to be fair, it's not just running, like it's specific running, it's like it's stop start, it's sprints, it's long distance, like stuff you were doing in the game, but it's not just running then you're done. Like the balls do come out, which is always a good thing.
Yeah, and Bobby makes sure that fitness is important, and I think it helped last year. I know especially yourself, you didn't get injured too much as well, so how important is that?
No, definitely not. I feel like the way we want to play is like high intensity, and I feel like you've got to be fit as last the full game, and I feel like we did that a lot last time, like especially on away games. I feel like in the last minutes of them we were like fitter than most of the other opposition. So it helps in that way. You don't realise when you're doing it, you think to yourself, oh, it's just running that, but over the course of the whole season it does help.
Just talk to us about last season, and obviously as you can see in the background, you've been involved with FAV's success at the club, but last year the highest ever league finish in Durham Challenge Cup as well, so a lot of success, and obviously building on that last year.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously you want to win something every year, I think, or look to get promoted or something that you're playing for. You don't want to be coming to the end of the season like finishing the remainder of the games knowing you've got nothing to play for. Like we had that cup final to look forward to for like a few weeks, and the playoffs, so we always had like each game meant something. You don't want to come to the end and be like, oh, it means now whether we win, lose, or, and I think that's where you get your worst performances. But if something's on the line, that's when I feel like the whole team comes together, like showing like when we've won it, Wembley won it, the Stadium of Light, and you can see for yourself really.
Yeah, in your first season at this level, I think it's fair to say you didn't really have too much competition at the front of the pitch, but obviously last year, especially on the wings, you had Hara, you had Will, you had Muzzer at times as well, so how important is it to have that competition?
No, definitely. I feel like you say, with competition, it's always good because you don't want to get too comfortable, because that's when you start thinking you're better than what you are. Like last year, like 2 seasons ago, finished top goal scorer. I don't think there was anyone really around us, but this year me and Amma pushed each other to the end, and Amma was deserving of it the season he had, and I feel like he's pushed me on definitely, and I feel like I've pushed him on a bit more. Like there's a bit of friendly competition, but no, it's always good to have, like, to be on your toes. Like anyone you has good enough to play, you're not expecting to start every week.
Yeah, just going to touch on Amma. You seem to know each other really well, and you seem to complement each other. You're two very different players, but you both got goals.
Yeah. No, Amma, I speak to Amma a lot, to be fair. Obviously he's got a bit more experience than me. He helps in that way, like what I can do better, and I feel like my goals, even though like you say a different player, but my goals push him on. Like he's the out and out striker, he should be like looking for top goal scorer, but I feel like I pushed him all the way, and I feel like he's been better of it.
Yeah, and we'll just look at the pre-season games, and first of all Dumbarton, a trip to Scotland, and then I think we're playing every sort of Tuesday and then weekend as well, so a lot of games to look forward to. Like I said, to get a lot of minutes. Yeah,
definitely. I feel like last year I got a lot of minutes. Obviously pre-season you expect the team to change and that, but last season I played majority of the games, and coming out of it I felt like I was ready for the season, like a couple of weeks before, from all the games I've written. I feel like games are the only way to get match fit. Like you can run as much as you want up and down and that, but the games is where it's like gets you ready for the full season, and obviously more games are better.
Yeah, and finally we've got 6 new teams in the league next season. Obviously 2 coming down, Lowe's Edge and Belper, and then 4 coming up as well. So finishing 3rd last year, can you set any aims or objectives going into next year?
Yeah, I feel like you've got to aim high. I feel like the squad we've got, and obviously the new lads coming in, I feel like you've got to back yourself to win the lot, but I feel like playoffs is a must, if anything, and then I feel like the squad we've got, we can win it, but we'll see what happens.